So I actually had an ice cold Coke and I put the printer up here. And I checked the back of the thing, the back of the unit, and it actually does say 240 volts and 50 hertz, so that should work. And I'm gonna plug in what? Alright, that was gigabit Ethernet. So, time for the great. Oh, here's Makerbot desktop. This is not Makerware, this is the Makerbot desktop, okay? And I actually clipped the back, the filament back, and kept the little moisture remover. So I'm trying to establish sort of a working practice. So now is the time for the great turning on event. I found a cable. Okay. Finding the plug or the button. Alright. Push to wake, it says. It's doing something. It's doing something. Starting up. Please wait. This will take a few minutes. Is that a fan? I think it's a fan. Took the yellow sign out. Let's see what happens. This will take a few minutes. Alright. I have a few minutes. So, I'm in Denmark. And I was actually recommended to get an Ultimaker, because that is the thing to do in Europe. But since I'm such a great fan of America, and New York in particular, my girlfriend used to live there, and I've actually done some work there, and this looked really good. I have to give it to the guy who does the product shots for Makerbot. He really does a good job. I would say it's a little bit more of a plasticky thing than, you know, the surface finish is not that great, but it looks pretty okay. I think the design is very nice. I think it looked really good in the CAD program, probably. These corners, very nice. But everything on the outside is really plastic, with no attempt to make the texture nice. But in general, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy. Right now on the Google group for Makerbot operators, everybody's going like, oh, you should get a finishing startup. Oh, it's lighting up. It played a little song. Diddly dee dee. Finishing startup. Finishing startup. This is exciting. This was exciting. Welcome to the Makerbot Replicator desktop 3D printer. Let's get set up so you can start printing. Well, I don't know. Yeah, let's try. Press the top button to return to previous screen, or cancel. Press the bottom button to open a menu with options. Alright, press the dial to continue. Now we'll level your build plate using the leveling knobs under the plate. Alright, this is where some people have reported a suicide move by the extruder, that it bangs into the plate, or maybe even later when everything's heated. I also printed a laminated card for the level build plate process, so I should be ready to go for that. Let's see what happens. why. Finding home position. This will take a minute, the display says. Z is moving. It stopped. It stopped right before it hit the nozzle. Alright. Interesting stuff. Still says finding home position. Finding home position. I'm not sure if I should have upgraded the firmware before doing this, but you know, I just followed the instructions on the screen and it seems okay. And it actually says plug in and power on, click the dial, level the build plate, load the filament. So I'm doing it in the order. Here it goes. Just took the plate a little, like 2 centimeters down and then back up like that, and it moves forward and slowly moves the build plate up. Sorry about the focus. This is definitely not a movie camera. Okay, level build plate. Slowly turn the front leveling knob as shown to raise the build plate towards the extruder. Stop when the LED on the extruder turns on. Alright. So this should be the front knob. I'm turning. Oh, it's the wrong way. That arrow is a little bit hard to read. This is getting very loose. My God, the screw is coming off. Okay, that's just no way to turn it any further. This... Oh, what? Oh no. I think I turned it the wrong way. The light turned on. I see. It's not gripping anything here. Is it supposed to grip or what? Got it. Please stop turning. Yeah, I wish I could. This one holds something. The other one clearly grips something, so... Oh. This really doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna try and grasp it. Alright. Hmm. I'm going back. Cancel leveling. Load filament, no. Went very far down. I'm a little bit nervous about that. What to do? I am going to turn it off. Try again. Actually just spend the moment to reorient this. It looks installed. Starting up. So maybe I should put something black up here. For the benefit of my viewers, all three of you. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get that thing fixed. Or, yeah. I don't understand this system, why it's so loose. In a very short while, I'm gonna ask. Actually, maybe right now I should look up. Someone on the Google group reported something not very different from this. So out of the hundreds of threads on the Makerbot operators group, which one is it? Anyway, welcome, press the dial. Alright. We'll now level your build plate. Right. Let's go ahead. Begin. Finding home position, it says. This will take a minute. So I'm a little bit curious how come I read that arrow wrong. Since when I looked at it the second time it looked pretty clear. But when I looked at it the first time, maybe it has to do with the animation. Didn't touch it. Didn't touch it. It's almost touching the plate in there. Checking the build plate level. Slowly turn the front knob as shown to raise the build plate towards the extruder. So this is the way that is shown. It's not gripping anything. Shit. Oh, here it comes. Just turn, turn, turn. Right. Now it sort of gripped something. I just turned it too many times the wrong way. So let's try and focus the camera. Let's try. This is turning into audio commentary. I'm sorry. Why don't you focus? Like that. Thank you. And then it goes. My camera has. Alright. So here we go. My camera has a very strange focus mechanism. Anyway, now we turn slowly the way it's directed up here. See the arrow? Slowly turning. It has a little bit more grip now. Waiting for the light. You know what I mean? Please stop turning. Right. And we say continue. Checking the build plate level. Slowly turn the right leveling knob as shown to raise the build plate towards the extruder. Right leveling knob, front and right, and it shows this way around. Yeah. played a little song. And even though the red line is here, I can't press here, I have to press here. Finishing assisted leveling, right? Your build plate is now level. Now let's load filament so you can start printing. This is amazing. Alright, I just did my first build plate level. So let's say continue. Now we'll load filament. If you have not loaded filament in the tray and fed it through the guide tube, please do so now. I did. Heating the extruder. It's 23, which agrees with my meter, and it's set to target 230. Heats pretty quickly, so I know this will be a two-handed thing, so I hope this stays in focus. Anyway, so I was told get a replicator tool. This works. This machine is still not ready, and I just think it looks really nice with the color display, with the and has a computer inside and not just a logic board. So I went for it. I ordered in January on the 30th or something, and it's now April 10th, so it took a while. It shipped, I think, on April 3rd, but the FedEx guys have been really cool to help me out, getting the import stuff registered the right way, and they have been really professional, but it took some time. I made a little mistake, they made a little mistake, so it was held for a while, but I think it's pretty nice. Anyway, I should have gotten an Ultimaker, I should have gotten a replicator too. I went on my own little road here, and my first print, that hopefully will happen soon, is going to be on the Makerbot replicator, desktop 3D printer, generation 5. It's already heated 60%. So yeah, this is interesting. And I didn't even have to search the Google group for this, because I actually tried just turning the knob, which is, you know, lucky for me, because there's a lot of stuff on that group, and it can be a little bit difficult to find stuff. I read most of it, but it's hard to find stuff again. There's some really clever people there, which is nice. So this is my little sheet for loading filament. Press control panel dial, did that. When the smart extruder is fully heated, grasp the top of the extruder assembly and push the free end of filament into the loading tube at the top of the smart extruder. That's right there. Keep pushing on the filament until you feel the smart extruder pulling it in. Wait until you see plastic emerging from the extruder nozzle, then press the control panel dial to stop extrusion. Wait a moment for the smart extruder plastic to cool, then pull it away from the smart extruder. Pull what away? For the smart extruder plastic to cool, then pull it away from the smart extruder. Do not touch the nozzle. Okay. I think it means I have to get rid of the little noodle that comes out once it has cooled a little bit. Yeah, let's try that. It's a nice drawing here. Load filament. Maybe they should put something like don't overturn knob here. Or put some kind of a... Oh! There's stuff coming out here. There's actually plastic inside this thing. That's interesting. Did they actually test this? Or did I get somebody else's machine? Interesting. It's at 94%. A little bit of plastic is coming out. Doesn't look yellow. Interesting. So one of the warnings is don't let the extruder sit heated for too long with plastic inside. I don't know if this attaches to the extruder. I have no idea. So I guess it doesn't. Just grasp it, push it in. Push your filament into the smart extruder until you feel it being pulled in. Wait until you see filament begin to extrude. Well, it sort of already does. A little bit. Let's see. Sort of self-attached. You see stuff coming out. The knob is turning. Yeah, press the dial. Okay, filament is extruding. Great. You can change your filament in the future from the filament menu on the home screen. Yes, I will. So, I'm not touching this with my hands. Just getting this out. Strange stuff. It looks like someone ran white filament on this. Maybe a test. That's pretty cool. You can change. Yeah, continue. Great, we're ready to print something. Let's choose something to print. Continue. Let's do Mr. Jaws. Print time not available. Print. Print. No. Print. Let's not do Mr. Jaws. Let's do Modern Boat. Print. Nah.